Frosty the Snowman is a golem. Let's get into it. Hey, friends. So, we all know Frosty the Snowman, right? The children's wintertime friend, according to the famous song from 1950. He's a snowman brought to life, and he proceeds to dance and play with the kids until he melts. But I have a theory that this charming snowman is more than just that. Much more. I think he's really a golem. No, not that guy. I mean a golem, like this guy. But Barkey, you ask, what exactly is a golem? Well, a golem is sort of an artificial life form from Jewish tradition. See, you'd make a golem to be a servant of sorts. Golems are made out of clay or some other kind of earth. This is then brought to life to do your bidding. In order to bring a golem to life, you needed a powerful magic symbol, usually the Hebrew symbol for the name of God or something like that. You'd write this down and put it inside a pendant or other similar container. This was called a shem. The golem would wear the shem as a necklace, or you could even put it in the golem's mouth. But the shem has to be on the golem's person somewhere for it to work and bring the golem to life. Now, golems are kinda dumb. Most of them don't speak and have no individual will or agency. They just do what you tell them. Literally. So you have to be careful about what you tell them to do, or else they can get out of hand. Kind of a sorcerer's apprentice situation. However, some golems could speak, and some did have agency. Some had emotions, and some could even become human. Depends on the spell, I guess. Another problem with golems is that they tended to reflect their creator. So if you had a lot of hubris or ordered the golem to steal things or go around killing people or whatever, the golem would begin to grow and become unmanageable and even very dangerous, both to you and everyone else. One of the most famous films about a golem is this one from 1920, which shows how a golem is made and how it works. This is based on a legend from Prague about how this here king or emperor guy decided to kick all the Jews out of the city. A rabbi created a golem to protect the people and make the world safe for democracy or whatever. Eventually, the golem gets out of hand. Now, the only way to stop a golem would be to remove the shem. When you take the shem away, the golem would turn back into clay and dissolves into dust and is rendered harmless. Which takes us back to Frosty the Snowman. Is Frosty a golem? Well, let's take a look. First, Frosty is not made out of clay, fair point, but he is made out of an inanimate substance and molded in the shape of a man, two of the requirements for making a golem. So, check. Second, does Frosty have a shem? Yes. The old straw hat that must have had some magic in it, according to the song, or Professor Hinkle's top hat in the Rankin and Bass cartoon from 1969. We don't know what are in these hats or what properties they possess, but they do have the same magical effect as a shem. So, check. By the way, this hat, that's Hinkle's hat. I'm on Team Hinkle here. Santa says the hat belongs to Frosty, but it doesn't. It's Hinkle's. It's his property. So Santa was wrong. Remember, Santa is a jolly old elf, but he's not a lawyer. True, possession is 9/10 of the law, but I think a good lawyer could get that hat back for Professor Hinkle. Third, if you take away the shem, the golem returns to the inanimate state. Take away Frosty's hat, and he turns back into an inanimate snowman. Also, the golem returns to dust. Frosty melts. Both can be brought back. You can rebuild the golem just as you can make a new snowman. Give them their shem, and voila, they come back to life. So, check. If things go south for the rabbi and his hubris comes into play, a golem becomes dangerous. Fortunately for all mankind, since kids made Frosty, Frosty is innocent and childlike. And kinda dumb. So there you go. Frosty the Snowman is a golem. Deal with it. I'll be back with some more Christmas action soon, so I'll see you in the next one. He's totally a golem, though. Totally.